Hello my beauties, welcome back to the Matrix of Life channel, and in this video we will be analyzing reasons of death of Korean singer Moonbin. You asked me why he was kicked from the Matrix. From media sources they say suicide, quite possible, yeah. So let's dive into his matrix. First of all, when I looked and built his matrix, by the way, you can build the same, like almost the same, because I'm building basic one, basic calculation. If you will follow link from description box and enter his date of birth on the site, yeah, 28th of January 1998. So first of all, when I looked at his matrix was similar. At some places it was so similar with John Cook's matrix, okay? And I already told you a lot about core energy 9 when I talked about John Cook. So those of you who interested to know more about his character, you can go and watch video about John Cook. Like 90% you can apply to Moonbin as well. Like even like 100, because as I remember I was talking like in general in that video about energy 9 and the core. Those of you, all of you who have energy 9 as core energy, this also applied to all of you, this character description. So this way you can learn a lot about yourself, my beauties. So here we go. Moonbin, okay. First of all, I built his matrix. I went through his matrix, and there was not much of, like, you know, suspicious energies which will be screaming that this person able to commit suicide. Yeah, because when we in sponsors chat of this channel we analyzed the death of Thailand blogger, a girl, and her boyfriend who killed her and later killed himself. And we analyzed his matrix, and there were a lot of signs which were telling that he able, you know, to commit suicide. In case of Moonbin, especially with Karmic tale 1899, even if they will say that this is suicide, again, I wouldn't be so sure. Even if it was suicide, he was pushed into this suicide. Like someone made him believe, okay? Someone made him believe that this is the only way. Someone had like active participation in his death. This is so obvious from his matrix. What is special about his matrix? Matrix in negative. This matrix 1899, 9, so many 1899 and 9. This is matrix of person full of fears, of self-doubt and low self-esteem. And especially when this find verbal expression according to energy 9 in guardian angel. Yeah, energy 1 in guardian angel who constantly speaks bad and negatively about themselves. Like, oh, I'm not capable of this. I will never meet my love. They sort of, with those affirmations, they self-programming this. They are self-programming. So far, when I just looked at his matrix, I haven't seen active signs of him being able to go and commit suicide. First of all, when we check if person have stamina to take their own life, you know, like you need to have you need to have character to do this, because weak people, even though we think that this is weak people who commit suicide, like trust me, you know, that's not that easy, and you need to have character. According to matrix, you need to have certain programs which same time will make you feel miserable, and same time you will have stamina to do this. Because some of you may feel miserable your entire life and still not do anything because you don't have character to do this. In his case, when I look at S line, well, only at the first glance energy 8 it's sort of strong enough, but next 2 9s weakening the energy 8. Yes, energy 1 again makes him strong enough, but again, like it's like You know, when you look in context of his matrix, this energies, yeah, which this one energy says yes, he can. Yes, he can, and this energy says he can, and other energies like here and here, they says no, he cannot, and it's like you in the middle, you have this 50-50. You have this 50-50. So I start looking at his programs in matrix, and not much programs. I only detected 3 programs in his matrix. You know, when energies in one line form certain program, sometimes energies in one line form certain program in matrix. And in his heart chakra, I found energies 1998. Yeah, 1998, and this is program of being hopeless, of hopelessness, okay, of being hopeless about something, being hopeless about something or someone. And because this program, you know, when you losing hope, you can take your own life. Yeah, when hope is lost, you can take your own life. In his case, this program of hopelessness, this is very important, the positioning at heart chakra, not in Manipura, not at Swadhisthana, but heart chakra. So him dying, him committing suicide, if it was a suicide, because if those people will commit suicide, most likely there's gonna be something like pills or something, you know, like not painful, not disgusting, most likely pills, or like close to euthanasia, you know. These people with 1899 gonna use this because they too weak to use some different ways of doing this. So in his case, the reason could be in a female, yeah. When I'm not exclude as well, I'm not exclude the situation when someone actively pushed him towards this, like it wasn't his pure decision. Why I think so? Because when we look at his matrix transits, we have energies 11, 8 and 9. And as you remember, energies 8 and 9 is a part of hopeless program, yeah, hopelessness program in Matrix of Destiny. 18 and 8 and 19 and 8, part of hopeless program. The difference only 9 and 11. Yeah, 11 was the first energy in his matrix transits, and 11 in minus, this person doing something against their own will. Person doing something against their own will. So him taking his own life, according to energy 11, it wasn't like it looks in my eyes that someone pushed him to do so, especially according to matrix, like someone like pushed him, did something that provoked him, you know, pushed him into this actively, because in my eyes it doesn't look like he was so silly, so stupid that he completely lost hope. It's like someone pushed him. When I built compatibility of his date of birth and date of death, and I built the matrix for 19 of April 2023, and in Karmic tale of this day is a lonely woman program, abandoned woman. So I see a reason behind this strongly. Behind this is some sort of woman, okay? Behind this stands some sort of woman, behind his death. Huge, let's say huge share or influence on his decision to die, like some sort of woman, some sort of love story, some sort of, especially, you know, energy 9, they're so sensitive in questions of love. you know, the main task of energy 9, especially in a planetary position, your main task, not to be left alone, you know, find a partner, build beautiful relationship, build beautiful family. This is your task as energy 9, you know. Your task is not to be old and lonely, you know, but your task to have family, to have grandkids, to have this, you know, beautiful loving environment as energy 9. So when I looked into Karmic Tale of the Day, there was a program 912-3. So definitely woman's influence. When I built compatibility matrix of his death and his date of birth, yeah, we received next energies. If you will enter his date of birth with date of death in compatibility calculator link, yeah, or everything I'm dropping, I'll go how to do this in description box below under this video. So when you enter this energy 16, always, you know, like destruction, but it was not very strong. I mean, he could be saved from matrix point of view. Like energy 16 was like, if this manager came a little bit earlier or something like this, he could be saved. And again, energy 3 repeated in Karmic Tale, so definitely because of a woman. Definitely because of woman. And core energy is energy 15, is energy of manipulation. Maybe he overused drugs, or maybe he overused some pills. I'm waiting for news from you how exactly he took his own life. But why Matrix kicked him, I am not seeing, you know, Matrix kicking him directly, why he was removed from the Matrix, but I'm seeing him not learning some lessons related to his karmic tale, related to ability to build relationship, because 1899 very important to be honest and to build a relationship. I'm seeing some sort of manipulation, because energy 1899 karmic tales, it's one person surrounded by a lot of lies, a lot of illusions, yeah. Couples with energies 1899 in karmic tale, your task is to be as honest and open with each other as possible, you know, honest and open, and make sure that you share the same vision. Either way, it's not gonna work between you. So guys, I'm seeing why he was removed from the matrix. First of all, he lost hope. In relation to relationship with some woman, but he lost this hope due to somebody else, maybe this woman directly, maybe not. He lost this hope due to somebody else active manipulation, okay. Someone maybe made him believe that this is hopeless, maybe made him believe that this woman doesn't love him, or that there is no way they can be together. But definitely his suicide or his death has to do something with woman, with him losing hope about relationship, because for 1899 and planetary 9, but in his case planetary was 18, but first soul contract was 9, yeah. Not to be left alone in wealth, in wealth and glory, because energy 17 is a star energy, energy 19 is energy of abundance, to share this wealth and glory with someone else. And this someone else, woman, maybe it was a man, we don't know his orientation, yeah, we don't know his, like, whom he prefer, man, woman, but definitely there was some sort of drama related to relationship, and woman or gender, let's say, had huge role in this. in him being removed from the matrix. I am not seeing him going that much against his karmic tail or doing something, you know, like but him committing suicide, yeah, I would believe in versions that he committed suicide, but someone actively pushed him towards this suicide idea by making him hopeless about relationship with somebody else, making him hopeless about love relationship with somebody else, someone. Like there was like definitely, let's say, third party situation. Third party could be like, I don't know, even manager. Clear manipulation here in incompatibility, core energy, why everything happened. This is lack of information and manipulation due to energy 15. Huge manipulation from somebody else's side. And look at energy 13, which is energy of death, actually, how this connects career line and love line. So his death literally has to do something with his career and his love, where his career interests and love interests met and maybe were like against each other. I hope to read more details to this, because clearly something should be revealed. His suicide had a lot to do with his love life. His suicide has a lot to do with his love life, had a lot to do with the program of hopelessness 1998 on his heart chakra. If you will go and check this health tab, yeah, heart chakra line, you will see their program hopelessness. And this is not at the brain level, you know, not at this level at crown chakra. No, it's heart. So, and death here connects heart and career. So maybe manager manipulated him into, you know, believing that he cannot have a relationship with this woman or man or whatever person, yeah. But it had to do with this, and he could be saved if someone was not too late, like if someone came earlier, arrived earlier. But unfortunately, this hopelessness program, yeah, energy 9 is about time, and time moving slow with energy 9. You see, guys, definitely this idea of not being able to be with someone whom he loved in a great way. He exaggerated it, because Karmic Tale 1899, what they doing in minus, they exaggerating things like making from fly an elephant, you know, like blowing this to, so you will receive a fly elephant, yeah, let's say. Oof. So yeah, and he exaggerated this, and this pushed him to lose hope, because in plus, person with this program never lose hope, always have hope, and always like uplifting those people who about to lose hope. They uplifting maybe with their creativity, with this with their behaviors and interactions, personal, not personal. They like making people who hopeless, they making them hopeful. But in minus, he completely lost hope himself, so he took his own life. This is for sure, especially seeing energy 13 here connecting love line and money line. For sure, it has something to do with love and relationship. With love and relationship. This is for sure. So it's like matter of time. Just show me a woman, reveal me a woman, yeah, reveal me a woman that literally like killed him by her rejection or sort of, you know. And to finalize this matrix reading, I want to pull some tarot cards. Let's see how matrix and tarot gonna correlate here. Okay, I want to pull some tarot. Ooh! Oh my god. Okay, let me take from my let's pull some tarot. Why he committed the suicide, or why he died. Okay, why he died. I mean, like, what caused his death. Let's see, okay, what caused his death. We're still waiting for autopsy results, and you please update me, okay, you please update me. Let's try to figure out what caused his death and why. Okay, what caused his death? Was this a suicide? Let's see. I'm gonna pull 3 cards. Let's see, my beauties. King of Swords. Again, this is some sort of, you know, coldness, gaslighting, manipulation. Something had to do with breathing as well. It's quite interesting. Queen of Pentacles. Here goes the Queen. And Knight of Swords. Green Queen is like heart and pointing me to the heart chakra, and this everything pointing me to the breathing problem, sort of like he just stopped breathing because of something. Quite interesting. Something related to lungs. That's very interesting, guys. Like, in some cases, you know, I would tell you that he like choked. You know, like by accident. Was his death accidental? Even like, because we started with the point where we thought about suicide, but like this is very interesting case, my beauties. Okay, like a small like object, like just in his throat, and he was not able, you know, to cut it out. Let's wait for autopsy results. Those of you who his fans, please update me. I'm receiving like weird, like I'm receiving really weird, really weird messages here. Yes, was his death accidental? Like we received like, let's see, was his death a suicide? Recovery, no. I'm already puzzled because again from point of view of matrix, I'm not seeing much of suicidal energies. But what I see some sort of hopelessness related to a woman, and I don't know, maybe someone, you know, sent him like sad love message, because this is related to messengers, and he was drinking or eating this time and he choked. This is really weird message. I'm so puzzled now, okay? I'm so puzzled now. I can't wait already for autopsy results. Let's see, we asked what caused his death. Let's see what tarot say to the question, was his death a suicide? This is strange. This is so puzzled, I'm telling you. And as I said, you based on compatibility matrix, his death could be like, he could be saved. Knight of Wands. This is not a suicidal energy. I mean, this is like accident. Was his death a suicide? Mostly like because maybe he lived alone. And for energy 9, remember Jungkook is building, Jungkook and plus is 9 of Wands. Yeah, this is group energy. This is confirmation for me. Why he died? Maybe because, okay, let's summarize tarot and matrix because they complement one another in a huge way. I would tell you. So girls. What I can say, look, Jungkook is building this great mansion for himself and family, so he's not gonna live there alone. And if Moonbin, he lived alone and he was into this, you know, like one of my dates, Tinder dates with strong energy 9 in his matrix and karmic tail, he is as well like, I love to be lonely, I don't want to live with anyone, I want to be alone all my life, and I just want to be alone, I love to be left alone. I'm just out there searching, you know, for different, like, I'm not searching for serious relationship, you know, like, oh, it was like crazy like this, but this is energy 9 and deep minus, like, they in minus, the loners. And it's not gonna end up well for them, especially in this case when he had so many 9s here, and an ancestral diagonal, look, entire diagonal 9. There were some grumpy ancestors who were loners and who died alone, and maybe he choked or something like this. He could be saved, but no one was around, you know, to call 911 or so, to call emergency or to help him, to provide him with the first help, you know. Maybe something related as well to like blood clot, yeah. I am picking, but not much of blood, but okay, thrombus, yeah. Some blood clot, something like this I'm picking. Could be reason of death. I can't wait for autopsy results, honestly, because really strange. I'm not receiving here poisoning, like he took some pills. This card does not look to me like he took pills. My conclusion, okay, my final conclusion after looking at all this briefly, you know, because I'm doing this without preparation, I'm doing this right in front of your eyes, you know, I'm sitting out there and analyzing, as usually I am preparing this way when I have consultation, matrix consultation based on matrix, matrix consultation based on matrix, oh my god, matrix consultation with my clients, yeah. I'm taking like 1, 2, 3 hours to sit and analyze the matrices, and later to blah blah. Here I don't have time to sit 3 hours on his matrix, I'm just doing this live, you know, on this video. So of course I'm figuring this out. It's not like I said one thing and that's only one. No, it's a process. I'm showing you my process of my esoteric thinking. Yeah. So my conclusion here, because of energy 9 in his case was in very deep minus. He was a loner. He was like, I'm fine alone. I don't need anyone. Or could be other minus of 9 when he was not able to be with someone that he loved. I'm not excluding this because there were a lot of hints on a woman, huge woman role. Maybe some women broke his heart and he became this loner-minded thinker, yeah, and this caused his death actually. Being so much into minus where he was at no return point, you know, like this stubborn that I want to be alone, you know, this crazy mindset. So I can't wait for autopsy results because like his death was like an accident. It was something that could be avoided, but was not avoided because again, like, look at this compatibility energy 9. If he was with someone, if energy 9 was in plus and he was with someone may call 911 or whatever number is there in Korea, yeah. Please keep me updated on this case, my beauties, because this is really interesting. I'm not saying that this was a suicide. I want to pull a few Symbolon cards on this case. Symbolon, you know, is one of my favorite decks. Why Moonbin died? What was the reason of his death? Let's divide it into physical and let's divide it into what like pushed him towards this outcome. Okay, Moonbin death, what caused physically? Again, a warrior, again swords, you know, like swords. Oh, and Aries. news. Lovers, look, a woman, definitely. Some news from woman, again, like, that was a Queen of Pentacles, and we received lovers here with a woman, again, like, some news. And again, he's reading a letter, again, news, you know, like, Knight of Swords, again, some sort of news. He's out there on arena reading something, and ooh, physical, for the physical reason. Like, big surprise, and again, woman. I don't know, maybe he read something from a woman. It was like, let's see energetically. Okay. Snow Queen, again, loneliness. Snow Queen is about loneliness. She kidnapped Kai, you know, in order not to be lonely. Snow Queen is about loneliness. Now we go to a woman, again, alone, calculating, counting all her treasures, money, imprisoned alone, locked alone. Again, so much, again, everything points towards energy 9 in deep minus, and this energy 9 in deep minus, they are fanatics of loneliness, of being left alone. Okay. And breakup, look, again, like, it's about breakup, about loneliness. Breakup news, again, woman everywhere, like, his love relationship had a great share in his death, okay? His love relationship for sure playing huge role here. But few scenarios. I will wait for autopsy results, because I'm not excluding, you know, that was accident. Maybe he had like some sort of thrombus due to shocking news, you know, blood clot somewhere. He read about breakup, and this caused like physical, you know, in his body. Or he was like, after breakup with a woman, he was a big fanatic of being left alone, of living alone. And Matrix says that enough is enough. At some point, you know, it is not reversible, you know, it is not reversible. So he was into his mind that at such point that his idea of loneliness was not reversible, and Matrix decided, okay, you quitting, we're putting you in a line, we're putting you in another body, and you will try to learn same lesson, not to be alone again. So this is crazy. I'm waiting for autopsy results, because huge bets that it was an accident, it wasn't suicide. It's hard to believe. Let's see. Let me ask a symbol on cards. Was this a suicide? His death. Moonbin death. Was it a suicide? Let's see. Oh. Okay, an angel and man. It's more about accident. Was it a suicide? Again, this is more like accident cards, not suicide. I don't know. Some sort of accident, something happened. Yeah, this was an accident. Anyway, my beauties, I will be waiting for your comments. Let me know, how do you feel about his death? What are your conclusions and bets? But I provided you with major reasons of why he died, why he was kicked from the Matrix, okay? Because he was a huge fan of loneliness due to maybe heartbreak, past heartbreak, or current heartbreak news. Maybe current heartbreak news caused him choking, or caused him having something like heart attack whatsoever. Let's wait for autopsy results. I'm not seeing still this as suicide, but if this is a suicide, it was due to manipulation in which woman has huge role, and that his hopelessness program and heart chakra got activated. And again, I'm seeing something heart chakra. This is related to lungs. In his case, heart chakra was the most vulnerable, related to lungs and heart itself, like blood system, you know. So blood clot could be something related to lungs as choking. Maybe I don't know. He choked on something. Let me check one more. Let me check one more time his chakras before I will finish this reading. Very interesting, very interesting reading. Overall energy was 13. The most vulnerable, yeah, the most vulnerable was heart chakra. I'm saying like the most vulnerable. Okay, let's wait for autopsy results. Please keep me updated, please, okay? And see you in my next videos, my beauties. Bye.